Hi everybody, here is Hydeux talking to you, and here we go for another 1-sissy. This time it will be on Progear no Arashi, Progear then. It's not me playing this time, it's actually Trizealbis, a great French player, thanks to him, and the video was made by Baboulinet, another great French player by the way. Thanks to both of them then. Well, it's not me playing because I think the game is quite hard. Well, maybe not that hard, but actually it's quite hard to see anything on screen, in my opinion. It's only my opinion, but actually it's me talking, so yeah, really. The game is a side-scrolling shooter, so it's quite hard, in my opinion, to see the pattern coming, to see the bullets, even if they are near you. But, well, let's go to the game first. So, it's a side-scrolling shooter. You have to choose between 6 different ships. The system is quite hard also, in my opinion. You can cancel a lot of bullets if they are caught in the explosions of the enemies. You have seen that already in the beginning of the first level. This is really a good way to save your ass, actually, because many bullets will disappear from screen, so things will be easier. But actually, the game is still quite hard, and you have a few things to know in order to score a little. Well, if you cancel bullets with your shot, you'll be collecting rings, actually, and you can see the rings down the screen on the right, because Trizealbis is actually playing as player 2. Here you see you have seen a small ring. Actually, the system is quite complicated due to this those indicators, don't know if it's English, sorry if it's not, down the screen. You see numbers, 2804, and you see a little stone, a purple stone. Actually, those two indicators, the numbers and the stone, are not related at all. So you have to focus first on the ring, which may sometimes be stones. So I do it once again. If you cancel bullets with your shot, you'll be collecting rings, and the rings will get, how will I put it, more beautiful, yes, more expensive than the screen. Once you got the bigger ring, you can use your laser to cancel bullets, and you will collect then no more rings but stones, precious stones. This is the way to score. The precious stones are really useful to make the score goes up. The biggest stone is actually a diamond, a grey diamond. So it's quite hard to explain, I think, but quite easy to do in the game. But Trizealbis told me that in this run he's not playing at all for score. He just wants to clear the game as easily as possible. So he'll get 2 extends, because the first extend is at 3 millions, the second is at 7 millions, so he will have both of them. There is also one up in level 4, I think. So this is plenty enough, actually, to clear the game, at least for Trizealbis, because I'm really unable to do that. The game is before the boss 2. I'm actually dead many times. It's awful. So the system still. You can have a multiplier if you collect the maximum bomb. The max bomb is actually 3, I think, or 4. I can't remember. We'll see it at the end of the level 2. And this multiplier makes things faster to collect diamonds. So the numbers down the screen are actually related to your bombs, which are. Oh no! As you use a bomb, we don't see the multiplier. It's all right anyway. There is a good tutorial, a good topic you can use as a tutorial on shmups.com. We also have a good tutorial on the shmup.com, but it's actually in French. So I was saying the numbers down the screen, 5,000 and so on, are just related to your bomb. Actually, your bomb will be longer, will last longer, and will be more. Well, will be stronger, actually, I think so, actually. If the counter is quite high, if the counter is really low, something like 50 or whatever, your bomb will not last long at all. It will explode right when you press the button, and you will not be invincible really long. So use your bomb with a high counter. It's really better. Actually, if you do play for score, you don't need any bomb at all, as this will make the rings go back to nearly zero, go back to normal, and actually you can cancel many bullets by playing for score, by destroying small enemies. Actually, the trick is to you let all of the enemies on screen, you let a lot of bullets appear, and then you use your shot to cancel a bunch of small enemies, so you get many rings. And when you have many rings, you have the big, this kind of spiky rings you have seen down the screen. This is the biggest. So when you have that ring, you can use your laser to cancel all the bullets on screen, so you get many diamonds, many precious stones, so a lot of points. This is really what you should do. So you have to lay you have to lay the screen full of bullets. Use your shot at the beginning to collect a lot of rings, and then use your laser to cancel the rest of the bullets and collect a lot of diamonds for a lot of score, and so for a lot of extent. In this game, actually, playing for score is the same thing than playing for survival. Here is another awful level. I mean, quite difficult level, because you have trains coming besides you. Not besides, behind you, which, in my opinion, is really a pain in the ass. But well, some people seems to like it. Nothing special, actually. If you don't play for score, there's nothing special to say in this game. I just have to mention that the game is only playable on the arcade, so on MAME as well, because it's quite good, truly emulated. Because the game is actually a game that was made by KIF, but for Capcom. So Capcom has the copyright for it. So there is a little chance to see it on something else than the original PCB and on MAME. Actually, MAME is actually a good way to play the game, because you can have save states. You can try to play maybe slowly for this game to see where you can go. Actually, you won't see anything even at slow motion, but as the game don't show your hitbox, it's maybe a good idea to begin slowly and then to go for full speed. I tried actually not to play slowly, I had that, but I tried to play on the other side, I mean to play the game vertically, but it was quite a mistake actually. The game is really uncomfortable, as you have some patterns using gravity, and it seems quite weird on the other side, so the game is really terrible for me. Third boss, this one is beginning to really hard actually. It has 3 forms. You have to know them. It's good to know them by heart, I think. Note that you can spend time on bosses, as you can destroy some parts of them, and this way you can have more points. This is not at all what Trizealbis is doing here. You try to destroy them as fast as possible and as safe as possible. Last form. This one is quite hard. I have to use 2 bombs at least. But for Trizealbis, maybe 1 will be enough. Yes, it is. The game has been released in Japan, in the whole Asia, and in America. Actually, there are differences between the American version and the others. American version seems to be easier on bosses, but this is not really clear. Actually, the difficulty levels you can have, in the service mode, are really different from the version. So it's usually said that you have to play. It's better to play the Japanese version. But well, if you see it in America, maybe you won't have the same opinion. I was talking about service mode. I do advise you to use auto fire. Yes, you can go to service mode and active and use auto fire and activate. That's it. And activate auto fire. This is really an advantage, a good idea for this game, as you have to use your shot many times to cancel bullets for rings, So auto fire is maybe a good idea. On MAME you access service mode by pressing a long time F2 on your keyboard. So level 4, scrolling goes up and then on the side. Things get really serious here actually. So the 1-up, Trizealbis got the first extend I told you. Here is the 1-up in level 4 then. I think he'll get another extend, I hope so actually. Well, I hope so actually. 4 lives and 2 bombs left. This is quite enough to go to the end for Trizealbis once again. But I think he has done some mistakes on the last boss, so another extend will be quite a good idea. Don't know about you, but actually I'm always stuck in this game. I found myself always in corners with many bullets coming in front of me and no escape. The fact is you don't see your hitbox in this game, so for escaping it's quite hard. Death smiles, both death smiles are really better for patterns, for legibility actually. Don't know if legibility is an English word. I mean, you can see better on death smiles, really. Actually, Ikeda-san, Tsuneki Ikeda, you know, declared that the game was quite a failure, that Progear was quite a failure. And I do agree with him. The fact is, I really don't know why they have chosen to do Akai Katana then. Akai Katana is, in my opinion, as bad, I mean, as the same mistakes in the game than this one. This is quite weird to me. Well, I do record this a few weeks before Akai Katana will be released in Europe, and the European version will be playable in the US 360, I think. So I've been trying to make a 1cc of whatever mods in Akai Katana, but really I do lost all of my lives before the third boss. This is incredible. I'm just awful at those games. Third boss, Kraken. Really hard actually. Some patterns are really fast. We'll see them after. Get stuck. Yes, get it. No more bombs, so I have to die sometimes. It's quite a shame the game is so hard to play. Well, it's quite a shame I find the game is so hard to play, because actually it's really a good game. Music is quite good. Graphics are really terrific. In the first stage, those patterns, I hate those ones. So I was saying the game is really beautiful actually. On the first stage you may have seen the first boss coming from the background. This is really a good game actually. I mean, concerning music and graphics. For gameplay this is something else. But it's not very long actually. A full run should be something like 18 minutes I think. There is a second loop. You can access the second loop by, well, I'm not sure about it, but it must be something like this. You have to use 2 bombs maximum, which is not really much, and then you don't have to lose. No, I think the total of your lives lost and of your bomb used should not exceed something like 7. I think it's 7. So 2 bombs maximum. And the total of your bombs used and of your lives lost should not exceed 7. This is really 1cc Trizealbis is doing here. No score at all. Actually, the world record must be around something 350 millions, I think so. But at the end of the run, Trizealbis will only have something like 10 millions. Yeah, probably 10 millions. Quite good. It seems quite easy on this run. But just missed now. This mid boss is quite difficult, so try to use here bomb, yeah, to make things easier and faster actually. It's snowing. And here we enter to the last boss dam. Some planes, just like in level 2, but here there are many planes. Another bomb there. As you can see, the bomb was quite short, because actually the numbers down the screen are really low. This will be quite hard on the last boss then. Your bombs won't do much damage on the last boss. So 8 million, yes, Trizealbis got the second extend at 7 millions. Actually, the first extend is at 3 millions, and then you have an extend every 4 millions. Last boss is quite long, quite hard actually. First bomb. So the first part of the boss is okay, actually. Just have to follow those paths. This part is actually quite confusing, as you don't see your hitbox. You don't know whether those bullets will hit you. It would be easier if they will be shot horizontally. If they would be shot horizontally. Now that you can have another way to use your secondary weapon, you have to. This is written on shmup.com, I think. You have to select your ship with by holding one button, and to select your secondary weapon by holding the other button. This you will have another way to use your secondary weapon. Actually, I'm not sure this is really much useful in the game. Oh, I haven't told you about the gauges at the end of the level. Well, those for 1cc, this is not really important actually. You'll find all the information about the gauges on the net. Oh, last life, 3 bombs left. Once again. No, you should use a bomb, yeah. The counter is... here you are. Here, you have cleared Progear no Arashi, but I was saying, as the counter is really low, you should stuck to the boss when it's possible and use a bomb. So you're sure the bomb will make damage on it, not just protect you. Well, so that's it. You have cleared Progear no Arashi. Congratulations, really, because I found the game quite hard. Thanks once again to Trizealbis, thanks to Baboulinet for encoding this video. And thanks to you all for listening to me to the end and for supporting my Franglish, my awful French accent on English. Thank you very much. See you soon for another 1cc in English. Bye bye.